Well, the key sticking points really came down to the fiscal metrics that we were dealing with last summer. We had been dealing with about 15 years worth of declining enrollment, and we had been dealing with at least 8 years of really no real increases in our per pupil foundation allowance that the state had been affording us. So that combination caused us to continue to spend more and more money out of our fund balance. And while we were offering raises the whole time, it made it difficult to meet kind of the teachers' needs or demands for the type of raises they were asking for. Well, again, those fiscal metrics really changed for us. In May, the state came through and we got an increase of $173 per pupil. So that was a big plus for us as a district. Over the course of the summer, this was one of the real big turning points. Our enrollment went through the roof. We were projecting to be up about 80 students over last year, which would have been certainly the high over the last 15 years. Instead of being up 80 students, we ended up being up 150 students. So we have to go all the way back to 1983-84 to see an enrollment increase of that size for Marquette area public schools. So with that increase in enrollment and with the increase to the state per pupil foundation allowance, and of course the community coming through helping us with the sinking fund, knowing we can't spend those dollars, general fund or salaries or anything like that, it still relieves some financial pressure for the district of how do we meet these millions of dollars worth of upgrades that we need to make to our buildings. Yeah, so we settled for a 3-year contract. We go back to 13-14, which we didn't have a contract. State law forbids any retroactive pay. So 13-14, our teachers made what they made the year before, so there was no salary increase 13-14. 14-15, we agreed to a step and a 1% increase. The step itself is a pay increase, but 1% on top of the step. And then in 15-16, we agreed to, again, a second step, 0.75% increase, and another 0.5% with some financial metrics that we put into place. If we have a certain enrollment and if the state foundation allowance is at a certain dollar amount, then they could get up to another 0.5%. So conceivably they could get a step in 1.25% in 15-16. If I can go on record, you know, I'm happy that our teachers were able to get raises, that we were able to put this behind us. We have outstanding teachers. Again, we were offering raises the whole time. We want to be able to reward our teachers for their service. But again, some of those fiscal metrics outside of the district's control, you know, we're always susceptible to student enrollment. And again, most of the last 15 years, it's been decreases. And again, the state foundation allowance hasn't kept up with, again, something that they use, the consumer price index. We haven't seen yearly 2 or 3% raises from the state in that area. So those things help immeasurably. I'm tickled. We need to put this behind us. MAPS is certainly, especially with this increase that we have in students, to really fulfill the vision I see for MAPS to move forward and truly be the destination district. We're at an opportune time now. We need to come together. Both teachers, administration, community, and look at education and say, here's an opportunity for us to just take the next step and go to the next level. We have an opportunity to invest in programming right now that we haven't had an opportunity to do in some time. Add a number of different programs to keep our own students, but also attract students from other districts. Our time initiative, our grade realignment, all those things are helping, but we can take it up to another notch, the next step, an infusion of technology, looking at our teaching environments, furniture, things like that, really looking at the student needs and how they learn in today's day and age. Sure. We need to make an investment in those areas and really take it to another level, really be the destination district as we like to tab ourselves. So I'm looking forward to working with our teachers and staff and community to make those things happen.